Good morning, students. This is Vinita Somni from Jagran Public School, Noida, and this is the session for Artificial Intelligence Class 9, Chapter 2, Part 2. In the last session, I have discussed a lot of application areas of artificial intelligence, and in this session, I am going to discuss about the ethics and artificial intelligence. Means how much ethics is important for artificial intelligence. Are intelligent machines friends or foe? This is a question. All those machines which we are using these days are our friends or enemy. There are so many ways in which we could use AI for social good, but over the last 2 years, it has become apparent that there are potentially a lot of unintended consequences, cybercrime, in which AI could potentially be used for bad reasons. So there is a requirement and huge demand for developing AI with our values. We need to have ethics built into the idea of why a certain piece of technology equipped with AI is being developed. We need to monitor the outcomes of the specific piece of technology in order to fully understand its behavior and make sure that it's not violating moral values. The term robot ethics, sometimes roboethics, it refers to the morality of how humans design, construct, use, and treat robots. It considers both how artificially intelligent beings may be used to harm humans and how they may be used to benefit humans. Is AI unethical? Ultimately, the ethical uses of AI should be considered a legal and moral obligation as well as a business imperative. We should not be another example of bad and biased AI, and we should learn from some previous unethical use cases to make it correct. That how do AI and machine learning systems make decisions? Is AI biased? Yes, we will discuss two examples here. A report from ProPublica concluded that the AI system was biased against black defendants as it consistently recommended longer sentences in comparison to white counterparts for the same crime. UNESCO recently accused Apple Siri, Microsoft Cortana, and Amazon's Alexa, along with other female voice digital assistants, of reinforcing commonly held gender biases. Artificial intelligence. When a machine mimics cognitive functions that humans associate with other human minds, such as learning and problem solving. Decisions that affect our life are being made by mathematical models. Why the rush to AI? Cheaper computing, more data, and better algorithms. Decision automation is now an inevitable economic imperative, driven by a faster-paced, micromanaged, interconnected, automated, and optimized world. Never asleep autonomous decision making, it is here now. Decisions are made in view of assessed positive and negative projected outcomes. Positive and negative are merely derived weights relative to some system of value, moving towards or away from objectives. And we have accepted AI because it is more precise, it provides better reliability, it increases savings, it provides better safety and very good speed. We may be programming ourselves to put our faith in machines more than we do each other, the fallible human. Now, ethical design. It is very important and we recommend we add ethical use to the list of potential uses as well. So there should be a list in which actual use, reasonable use, intended use, legal use as well as ethical use should be there for AI. The famous inventor Ray Kurzweil from America, and he's also a famous futurist, he has given his view that we have a moral imperative to realize this promise while controlling the peril. Stephen Hawking, a very famous physicist and scientist from UK, he has given his view that humans limited by slow biological evolution couldn't compete and would be superseded by AI. Bill Gates has given the same thought that I don't understand why some people are not concerned about the technology and moral value related to it. Now, Elon Musk has given his view that AI is our greatest existential threat. Here we will discuss both negative and positive impacts of AI. There is a case of Tesla car crash. It was an autopilot car, and more than 16,000 researchers and thought leaders have signed an open petition or letter to the UN calling for the body to ban the creation of autonomous and semi-autonomous weapons. But there are some cases in other countries that robots are working as a caretaker, and the trolley case we have already discussed in the last session. Even then we can see the accelerating growth in technology, so we cannot avoid the use because now it's a part of our life and we cannot avoid the use of AI, but definitely ethics should be implemented there. So what are the ethics? And now this ethics, when assembled with robot, then it is called as roboethics. So ethics applied to robotics is called as roboethics. Now what is this roboethics? Roboethics are human ethics and applied ethics adopted by designer, manufacturer and users of robots. Robot ethics are code of conduct implemented in the AI of robots and artificial ethics for robots to exhibit ethically acceptable behavior. Morally of a hypothetical robot that is equipped with a conscience and freedom to choose its own action. Now the question arises, what is right, wrong, fair or unfair? And the answer is that design the decision. Decisions should be designed. Second question is, what should out a robot do? Policy, decision. So policy should be prepare and decide. Who knows the answers? Technical implementation should be done accordingly. So we have to work on these key points. Now the democratic approach is that we have to discuss. We should take the knowledge from every field, like media, like industries, like governing bodies, like public, like researchers, like professional organization, and then we should design something so that it fulfill the requirement of every area, plus it will be able to act according to the sector requirement, because these all are different kinds of sector, or we can say different bodies, and different bodies have different requirements. So if we will design a robot or a machine with the discussion of all these areas, then only we will get success. Autonomous cars, studying what people think. A survey was done in April 25th, 2014, in which a total of 10 polls and 76 responses were recorded about an autonomous car. And the question was that, should a child under the legal driving age be allowed to ride driverless cars alone? So 52% said no, 38% said yes, and 10% were not sure yes or no. The second question was that, should a senior who no longer has a legal driver's license be allowed to ride driverless car alone? Again, so many have given the answer as yes, like 67% said yes, and 26% said no, and 7% were not decided yet. Should a legally blind person be allowed to ride driverless cars alone? This was the third question. And again, we got the 58% answer as yes, 37% as no, and 5% which was not sure about the yes or no. A survey was done on the autonomous cars to find out what the people think about it. So they just given a case that a autonomous car is going and a child comes in front of it playing with ball. So how the car will react in that case? So 64% people have given their view that the car will go straight and kill the child. But 36% said no, the car has to save the child and kill the passenger. So how hard was it for us to answer the tunnel problem question? And who should determine how the car responds to the tunnel problem? Various kinds of demonstrations are done to implement the people's decisions. So this was all about the ethical use and importance of ethics in AI development. In the next session, we will continue with the same topic because it's a very vast and cannot cover in one or two presentation. Okay, student, till then, thank you. Bye bye.